Hello. Alright, that's not going anywhere. Having a birthday on Christmas is a permanent conversation starter. It's like a very interesting coffee table book that captures everyone's attention. Police officers, TSA agents, the guy at Specs. Everyone comments on how lucky or how special a Christmas baby must be. And it is. But recently, I realized that subconsciously, I may have taken my birthday too far. When I was 5, Christmas was just the most awesome birthday in the world. Everyone gets presents, especially me. When we have a pretty tree, we sing songs, no school. I couldn't believe how lucky and special I must be. I may have even thought my parents lied, that I was born on some other day. Surely I wasn't so lucky to have been born on Christmas. Now see, it started when I was little. I was 5 years old when I met my deeply religious piano teacher from Malaysia. Her name was Miss Hannah, and she loved Jesus Christ. I had no idea who Jesus was when I was 5. I didn't even really understand God, much more than some big magical dude in the sky who granted wishes that were called prayers. I believed in Santa much more than I believed in God. Santa had a system. God seemed to be a little less organized. But my piano teacher tried to educate me past notes on a keyboard. She tried to tell me about Jesus being the Son of God, and that we all celebrated his birthday, which was on December 25th. I got really into finding out about Jesus because in my mind, we were exactly the same. When you're 5, you see, when you're 5, it is completely reasonable to think that people who have the same birthday must be the same person, or at least related. Miss Hannah, I am the new Jesus. She tried to tell me that that's not how it worked. Well, Miss Hannah, I'm Jesus' sister. Well, she tried to let me know we were all brothers and sisters of Jesus. Miss Hannah, Jesus probably likes me more, though, because of the whole birthday thing. I'm fairly certain that that is exactly when we got back to learning how to play Jingle Bells. How apt. I've told this story to many people. It's one of those embarrassing childhood stories that gets the ball rolling. When I was in middle school, my friends took it to the next level and renamed the holiday Blairmas. It's a much more secular holiday where, when we were adults, everyone could get out of family activities to go celebrate my birthday at the bar in the evening. And for the most part, I dismissed any notion of actually thinking I was related to Christ, that self-concept I left behind with Miss Hannah. Or so I thought. When I was in college, I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. One of the symptoms is a godlike feeling. Not so much that you are God, but you feel a deep connection to beings and the universe. It was a symptom that I ignored for the most part as not really being one of the things I suffered from. Depression, mania, compulsive behavior, sure. God complex, not so much. The thing about shrooms is that bipolar people should never try them. Bipolar people do not need to use shrooms. Our brains are probably on some sort of low-level psychedelic all the time. Recently, I tried shrooms for the first time with my friends. They told me that I should take them with a calm state of mind. I drove to their house listening to relaxing music, reflecting on the year, meditating. Then I came across a pair of green eyes in the middle of the road. It was a raccoon that appeared to have been half run over. He was alive, but unable to get to the other side. I did a U-turn and ran to check on him. I stopped traffic as I tried to figure out how to move him out of harm's way. I had no plan. I tried to scoot him with my yoga mat, trying not to touch him. He was growly and hissing at me pretty fierce, but obviously paralyzed. One guy in a pickup truck got really mad at me. That thing will scratch you up! Move on! I couldn't. Finally, someone got out with a dolly and helped me scoop him up and move him to the ditch on the side of the road. Now, despite accomplishing my task, I was stuck on worrying about that raccoon. I arrived with the shrooms, but wouldn't let my friends get ready to trip until we got that raccoon a blanket and called somebody to go rescue him. This is when I learned about distemper. Distemper is like rabies, except the animal is more like a paralyzed zombie. There was a distemper outbreak in the area. This raccoon hadn't been run over at all. His back legs were paralyzed because he was sick. He was going to die soon, no matter what. In fact, I may have denied him a much quicker death by not letting the road do its work. I was out of sorts, upset and angry at myself. But if we didn't trip that night, we weren't going to get another chance for another week. I was determined to turn the night around. I was incredibly naive. At first, I was doing okay. Pretty colors, big feelings. This house is a spaceship. But then the universe whooshed in. I am the world. We are all one. We are beautiful. And then, of course, in case you were wondering, I let the shrooms overwhelm my self-concept. I am a child of God. I am Jesus. I am a savior of raccoons. The things that they don't tell you about shrooms is that you remember everything. And your friends remember everything. Especially when you were screaming that you were Jesus. So, this year I took myself off social media to avoid the usual holiday messages. Every year someone else realizes I'm born on Christmas, thanks to Facebook's sidebar reminders. It's an empty ego feedback that I didn't think I deserved after comparing myself to the Almighty. Although, perhaps I shouldn't be so hard on myself. Or maybe I'm just lucky. I mean, if you are your birthday, then at least I can take comfort in the fact that at least I'm not sharing with Hitler.